Good morning, guys. Well, this is Mike back again, and today I'm going to be making some pan de sal, which is a Filipino bread bun. So here we go. Quick ingredients. So we've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of strong bread flour. We have half a cup of white sugar, 5 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 egg beaten up. We have baking powder here, one teaspoon of salt, and that's 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We have 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, which I'll be putting into the milk, which is 1¼ cups of milk there. So I will warm that up and put the yeast in to activate it before we start mixing everything together. So there we are, there's everything ready to go there. So I start with my whisk on a low, and I start adding my dry ingredients, just so that we mix all our dry ingredients together. So that's our 2 cups of bread flour and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Our sugar, salt, and our baking powder. We'll just let them mix around in there, just to get everything combined. While I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm going to warm up my milk. So now I'm going to add my yeast to the warm milk, and we'll just give that a little stir around. This is fast acting yeast, so it's not a big deal. Just that little warm milk just starts to activate it a little bit faster. So that's my milk mixed with the yeast. There is a few lumps in there, but don't worry about them. Just put your mixer onto low. Now I've got a dough hook in there, and I'm just going to gently pour our milk in, a little bit at a time. Going with our warm butter now. And the egg. So we've already got salt. If you wanted to, you can add a little bit of pepper. You can put some, you can make it a bit more spicy if you wanted to, but this is just a plain, ordinary bread dough. Once it's mixed for a little while, we will clean down them sides and combine it a little bit more. Right, that's looking good now. So if for any reason it looks a little bit dry, you can add a little bit more milk. Or if it's looking a little bit too wet, add a little bit more flour. Just a spoon at a time till it starts to look like this. This is a little bit sticky, but it's dry. So we're going to take that out and we'll put it on a floured surface and knead it. So we'll sprinkle our mix with a little bit of all-purpose flour. And we're going to transfer that to my working surface. Put a bit of flour down, we don't want it to stick. And hopefully this will just come straight out. That's looking lovely. Try and get all of the bits out. So we're just going to give that a little bit of a knead, not too much. Don't be too heavy-handed with it. We're just trying to form it all together so there's no loose pieces. This is a nice soft dough. It doesn't want to be hard like plasticine type of thing, but we'll make that into a nice ball now. That'll do nicely. So I'm just going to place this into a bowl. So I just put a little bit of vegetable oil, don't need much, in a bowl. I just wipe the inside of that bowl. In fact, I'm going to use a bigger one. I want it to plenty of room for that to expand. Just give that a wipe around. We don't want too much oil in there. Wipe off any excess. And we'll just place that straight in there, and we'll cover that with a tea towel, and we're going to leave that in a warm place for 1.5 hours. And whilst I wait for my dough to rise and expand, I'm going to do my cleaning up now. I've already cleaned down my work surface, just make sure that's clean, ready for the next process, and clean down your pots and pans that you've already used. Saves a little bit of time later on. So this is what your kitchen should be looking like after you finish doing your cooking. Table's clean. My recipe book's still on the go there. So as long as we got the dishes done, once they're dried off a bit, once they've drained a bit rather, I will dry them off, put them away. Here guys, Mike back. Well, let's see how we've done. Well, that's looking great. So first of all, we'll take off our saran wrap, put that to one side. With clean washed hands, knuckles only, we're just going to knock this back down, get the air out of it. Then we're going to take it out of here. That should be good now. Beautiful, beautiful soft dough. If you look at that, how beautiful and soft that is. We'll get ourselves a little bit of flour on the board. I don't want to put it straight onto the cutting surface, onto the tabletop, because I'm going to be breaking this down. So I just kind of knock it back that little bit. We're going to break this off into 18 or so pieces. So if I cut it into halves, we can, if you want, kind of weigh it out. And we're just going to roll them, fold them over and pinch them into a little ball. Takes a bit of practice. Get it nice and round, and then pinch that bottom. Depends how big you want your buns. Then we're going to drop them and just roll them. Oops. Try not to throw your breadcrumbs all over your table. We're going to put them in there, and then we're going to put them onto some breadcrumb, then we could put them on a baking sheet. That's all there is to it. We'll just keep doing the same thing. I'll get back to you in a moment. Here guys, there we go. They're all divided up. They're not all the same size. I could have taken a bit more time with that one and done it that way, but yeah, this will do nicely. I'm just going to put this little bit of saran wrap back over the top, and then I'll put me tea towel over the top, and we're going to put them somewhere warm. I'm going to put on top of the stove. And we'll leave them for 1 more hour. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Then we can put them in the oven to cook. Here you guys, right, these have had an additional hour and they're looking fantastic there. So now we're going to put these into the oven for around about 20 minutes, but we'll check in around about 16 minutes. But don't they look good? Beautiful. They are there in the oven now, so we're going to leave them in there for around about 18 minutes, that's it. We'll cut the difference. Beautiful, and that's on 350 Fahrenheit. Time to clean up my stove again. Well, time's up guys, let's see how these look. Oh, they're looking fantastic. Wow. Oh yeah. Let's get a cloth and get them out. Oh. Don't want to be burning myself. Wow, do they look good. Well, I've got to say, these are the best bread buns I have ever made. They're fantastic. Well, we'll let them cool down and then we'll break one out of there and we'll do a taste test. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, here we go, guys. We'll try this small one on the end here. Oh, these feel so light. Well, hopefully they're cooked right through. So soft. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, the smell on there is absolutely fantastic. Let's have a taste. Mmm. Oh yeah. Mmm. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. That's a big thumbs up.